Guys, so today I'm going to go over something I find really interesting, a little extra stressful in the industry, but still fun to deal with. Now, it's just a fact of the matter that you can't say yes to everybody. Whether you have 2 bookings already for that day, whether you don't have time to squeeze it in, it's the same day, it's not happening, you're gonna say no to people. But it doesn't mean you can't find solutions to at least try if you have enough leadway, right? So something I want to go over today is what to do if you as a company want to say yes to something, but you don't know if you can pull it off all the way by yourself, or you're so short on time you would be scrambling the day of to a point where you're going to be sacrificing quality. And you never want to do that. You don't want to be the guys that have crap canapes, that have poorly presented spreads. You don't want to be those people, because guess what? Word of mouth is strong in the food industry. So you can see by my example here, we're going to look at pastries. This will apply anywhere, right? What if someone says, I need certified halal food buffet style, and it needs to have at least XYZ specific dishes? Well, in the UK, you can't just say it's halal because you had 1 or 2 things that had a sticker. There's a whole certification process behind it. So you, as a provider, might not want to say no, but you can't pull it off yourself. So you can contact other restaurants and catering companies in the area and have a little partnership and say, hey, can you help us in pulling this off? You'll get the quote from the restaurant and you charge a little bit more to be able to cover yourself, and they could bring the food and you send your staff. It's a partnership, and that's a really healthy thing to have, especially, again, there's a restaurant that is really certified and can bring those certificates as proof. You can still pull it off. Some people might not like that very much because they're like, well, we hired you, we called you, we wanted you, we expected your food, not you to bring me food from this restaurant. I could have did this myself. So always tread with caution. If you're saying you're making it yourself and someone else shows up, it might not turn out well for you. Things like if you say you make in-house sandwiches for luncheons and you show up with branded packaging from a sandwich supplier, they're going to be looking at you like, I could have went to Tesco or Waitrose and done this myself. You never want to do that. But I digress. Let's get to this. Let's say you can pull off 90% of the order yourself, but they need pastries. They want pastries. And you've bakery order for the day already. It won't be there till the day of or after. Well, now what? This is where you go through and do last minute or same day, whatever food for order, your specific location. Some places will deliver to where you're going, but ideally you get it brought to you. Then you can start going through it, right? DoorDash and Deliveroo, Uber Eats, surprisingly helpful if a small scale order just doesn't show up. Loads of bakeries and cafes are on there. You're going to pay a bit more if something like that happens, but you can do it. So, hey, see, this looks like a good one, right? And we'll just go like this. You always start in Google Maps. Read the reviews. Well, they have a website. We'll open that up. Then we'll hop on over. Deliver fast, deliver free. This is always really nice. And let's say, let's change the context here for the sake of the video. Let's say we want cupcakes, not just your standard pastries. Cool. We have all these options or mixed boxes. If it's a last minute order, you can always tell your client, hey, we're going to do everything we can. We might have limited options if you can tell us flavors or allergens or something to fully avoid. So we can't promise certain selections. And you say, cool, well, these are kind of expensive. Vanilla is a nice low price, so let's do 70% vanilla and 15% chocolate banana and 15% lemon raspberry, right? You get 3 different kinds, one being maybe the most popular, and you get it sent right to you. Again, the same thing applies for working with other catering companies, working with a pastry supplier, anything. Now, I will say as a disclaimer, you can't always pull it off. And you might just have to apologize to them, because oftentimes if they're coming to you last minute, it means they couldn't find someone to do it or someone backed out. So if you go to another restaurant or catering company with less than a week's notice and they can't get in a last minute order, they likely will not short their own restaurant to help you. So again, sometimes you have to say no, but when you can do it, that's the process. Again, just look up last minute or same day food item with the location, and then from there, you can, I would say, call. Don't email first, call. If they don't pick up, email. Because if you can get a yes on the phone to something last minute, you want to order as soon as you can. And always collect payment from the client in full upfront with these type of cases. Because if you have to place an order and then they back out and now you're stuck with 200 last minute cupcakes, it's going to be a sad day for you figuring out how you're going to get all those moved if you don't have a storefront to sell from. So that's it for this video. Again, just a quick way to try to find something last minute if you are simply out of time to order. And again, this works for whole food spreads, pastries, cupcakes, alcohol, drinks, whatever it may be. There are people that can help you pull it off. And as cliche as it is, just head to Google and start making calls.